This is going to be an interesting video because I'm going to attempt to provide a glimpse into Goth virtual spaces in Second Life, which I assume a lot of you haven't explored in any capacity. However, this is going to come with a caveat that I've been out of the Second Life Goth scene for many, many years, right? So we can see here my profile. I created an account in 2006, right? So my account's 16 years old. This is a photograph with my wife of the time when I was into Second Life, Rafaela, or Roth for short. Which we can get into some of this, maybe some of the nostalgia here, but things have changed. Let's see if I can get away from this music for a second. Things have changed, and this is just where I spawned when I jumped in, and I don't know where the party is at now, right? So a lot of the Goth events, I'm sure, are going to be event specific. So it's a Monday night right now, so if I pop into a club, are there going to be people there? Who knows? There's probably going to be, from my memory at the time, again, this was 2006, 7, 8, synth pop, industrial, future pop were really big, and that kind of mirrors what was popular in the clubs at the time. And so how much of that is going to be, so you would go to a club, it would be all that kind of music, you know, Combi Christ, VNV, Icon of Coil, Blue Dangle, and then you'd have to go to specific DJ nights to get any guitar-based goth music. So I assume it's going to be very similar, but we're just going to kind of jump around and see what it looks like. Now, if you are more familiar with Second Life than I am, please feel free to put in the comments what your recommendations are, and I'll pin it in the comments, and folks who want to check out Second Life can do that, can jump in, make a character, do a search. Now, you'll have to forgive my skin. This is the outfit that I bought all those years ago, and it's, you know, it's something. The artistry of the skin and clothing in Second Life has grown leaps and bounds from what I am wearing here, and I wasn't going to just buy something for this video. In fact, I would even say that's like the primary focus of Second Life, at least when I was leaving Second Life, it was all just like selling shit to you for your character. A lot of it was skins and accessories, and then like sex stuff, which I got into a little bit, and then, you know, buying properties, getting a house, getting furniture and stuff for your house, and then game servers. So there were all kinds of game servers that I was part of. Maybe we'll talk about some of this as we get into. Here's an example. Let's see if once this loads. Some game servers, RP servers, worlds. I don't remember what they called them in Second Life. That I was part of back in the day, and actually on my profile I had my own roleplay group for Vampire the Masquerade Clan Toreador that I created. There's probably not any members left anymore, right? Really, I had no idea, no concept of Vampire the Masquerade at the time either. I had just read some of the rule books, but I had never actually played. So I was just making shit up, really, to be honest. I was just barely, I graduated high school in 2005, and we won't get into my backstory too much in this video because that's not the point of it. So let's do a search. I've narrowed this down to Hangouts. I've taken out events, because for Hangouts, you know, we've got gaming, which we don't want to do necessarily. We've got shopping, which is going to be, I assume, most of what's going to come up with Goth stuff, just like you would get like on Pinterest or any kind of Google search, you're going to get a lot of shopping results for Goth. So let's see what we get with Hangouts. There's also, we're going to have to avoid, because I already see there was, yeah, the second result here. Number 1, adult club, sex, nudity. We're going to avoid that for YouTube. There were clubs you would go to specifically for sex stuff. But I guess let's just jump to the first place and see what's there. Adult goth club operating in a slightly repurposed church ruin. We are friendly, a little naughty, and play gothic rock, dark wave, EBM, and other genres. And sometimes we can have glam metal parties just because we can. A lot of my interactions in goth clubs had to do with vampire LARPing and general role play. But some of it was really just hanging out with people, building relationships, getting to know people, making friends, and doing stuff I couldn't do in real life. I was 19. I was also in a very restrictive, conservative environment. And so both from like what I was allowed to do in my life, but also as I had fewer restrictions in my life, I didn't have the social skills or the social circle necessarily to make connections in my local scene. That did come and that did happen, but finding virtual spaces was easier for me as this awkward, socially inept teenager that was kind of developmentally behind, everyone else who didn't grow up in that restrictive environment. So, wow, this is like the Halloween section of Hot Topic vomit. I don't hear any music, weirdly enough, but maybe I need to get to the dance floor area. Usually there's like an entrance area and then the dance floor, but nothing is happening right now. I think this might be the whole club, because I did at one point have my own, like I was renting property and it was fairly expensive. Well, I mean, to be fair, I was a kid working at McDonald's, but you do pay by the space, the amount of space. So it's, what is this? But usually there's some like interactive stuff so you can, no, let's not do this. You can like dance, you can sit, I'm gonna forget how to touch. Is that what I want to do? Sit here. So you can sit, and there's usually posing. You can do poses and stuff, but I don't necessarily want to do that right this second. There'll usually be like stuff you can dance on or whatever. Oh yes, spank me daddy. I don't know why there's no music. I guess this might be like an event-based thing. Naughty church cross. Oh yeah, finger caress. Fuck. Okay, yeah, that is not a family-friendly church cross. Very sexual. Very not for YouTube. Yeah, so nothing is going on here. So let's move on to the next. See if we can find some action. Again, this is a Monday night, so not waste goth punk furry bar. Hey, that's the other thing, is like what you get in these spaces is you can be anything. So why not be wild? Why not be not human? This doesn't sound very goth to me, so we might bounce. I'm looking specifically for goth shit. Also, this looks like there might be some... I'm trying to avoid, like, explicit sex stuff because this is intending to go on YouTube. And I'm not trying to get banned or put anybody's personal business on the internet. A goth-inspired deep house trance EDM dance club. Well, that doesn't sound... Rock and metal nights every week. See, this is a problem. We need the Gothquisition to get on this. Let's jump in real quick just to see what's going on. I can't imagine there are two... Club End of Days sounds familiar. See, this certainly looks like... Goth-ish. Oh yeah, I forgot there's local chat. So this is, you know, if you don't use Second Life, it's kind of like this. You know, you go somewhere, they give you rules that people, and from my experience, are pretty strict about, like, they expect you, if you're new, they're going to be friendly, they're happy to have you there, but they're kind of like, yeah, you know, learn what you're supposed to do, and let's jiggle. And I literally don't know how to spin the camera and you know, follow the rules, especially for, like, there we go. Gorgeous. Get it, girl. Especially for game areas and stuff, but let's go to Club End of Days. That sounds familiar. Goth, vampire, dark themed club with a great look. Fantastic. Look at this. This is very early 2000s Photoshop. Oh man, these noises bring me... Why am I running? This look... I've been here before. This looks familiar. I wonder if it says when this was created. Chat extender. What do we got in chat? There are people here. Oh, look at that. We've got a bar. No eternal conflict, progeny, or bloodlines HUDs to be used here. Or see, again, lots of LARP stuff, I remember, and that kind of confirms it, that there were a lot of, you would go, you know, take your Bloodlines LARP to the Goth Club, of which I remember there being lots of them, and hash out your beef. But that was another thing, like, you can't, because there are guns and stuff that work, and if you have that system equipped, like you equip health bars and shit like that, you can blow people up and do all kinds of weird stuff. But understandably, most people don't want to turn their bar or club into a where's the gotta be a dance ball or something. So look at that, we've got all these people. on a Monday night. Let's say hello. This music, I must say, is bad. I'm gonna turn this down. I don't know how loud this is in the video. I apologize if this is like blasting. This is cute. But, you know, generally you would either show... Honestly, I thought at one point that it would be fun to do Cemetery Confessions meetups at goth clubs in Second Life, because what are you gonna do for something like Cemetery Confessions where you have a, you know, a Discord server of people that are... Let's see, I'm ignoring chat. Nobody cares that I'm here. A Discord server of people across the country and across the world that have no physical space to meet up, right? Somebody on the last video mentioned VR chat, which I knew about and forgot to mention, and that's, you know, a great alternative, actually the best probably place to go in a VR environment is VR chat, not Meta Worlds or whatever the fuck it's called. What am I... Sit here, manage... I honestly don't know how to fucking use. I don't even know if this is in general chat because I don't understand how this works. But it seems like a reasonable thing to do. If you want to meet up and like listen to music, obviously this is not the music I would choose. All right, let's see what else is going on. Club End of Days, Bear Rose. But generally, you know, I would spend hours and hours here on an afternoon. Tip the DJs, make friends, dance, strip, take somebody home, take somebody to a... or be taken by somebody to a dungeon club afterwards. Look at this line dancing in unison. Isn't that cute? Go shopping afterwards, like... if there was some kind of RP going on, and there was like some kind of skirmish, we might end up going to one of these big cities that are built for specifically for fighting, and that's where you get out your guns and shit like that. And you know, you might even embrace somebody if that's what you're doing. But you know, plenty of nights were spent just listening to industrial music with a few friends, meeting other people, talking about, hey, where are you from? Making chit chat. You know, the person that I was in a relationship with was from Germany, and you would meet people from all over the world, and it was really exciting for me, being too young to go out to a lot of clubs and being too awkward to awkward and shy to like go up to people. Let's see what's going on in chat. Anybody care that I'm here? But I spent way too much money as well in this virtual world. Gothica. This looks a little sexual. Active vampire. Vampire Church on Sundays. Yeah, let's check it out. I'm probably going to end this video soon. I just really wanted to kind of give a taste of what was going on. The graphics of this game have not, the textures are better, but the like visual design, what is happening there? The visual like artistic direction, the design of these spaces hasn't changed much since the early 2000s. So you know, for better or worse, it's sort of that throw a million things at the wall and see what not even see what sticks, just throw it all at the wall and make it all stick. Design philosophy. It does take a while for everything to load in. But it is reassuring to see that so many, I mean, I have yet to see anything that is Goth specific, right? I assume these spaces do hold Goth nights, I would hope. And that you could find once you like, because, you know, really, if you're interested, you show up and then you would like PM the bartender or one of the dancers or, you know, like this guy, the door guard dude, somebody who's got like a tag over their name that says they're part of this place, and say, hey, what are the events coming up? They might even have it like listed. In the information about whatever, like events that come up, but you basically just ask them, and you know, say you're new and figure out when the Goth nights are or whatever. I think I hear somebody talking. Let's see, what else do we have in our search? Abrasive. This looks like it's all shopping. Demonic nightclub. Dances, metal, industrial, EBM, dark wave noise, alternative goth. Oh my god, it's the early 2000s all over again. Escort lounge. Sex furniture. I remember the sex furniture. Well, that's... I mean, this is just everything. Emo, rock, pop. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of this. Crematorium. Styled for New Orleans. Let's take a look around for a minute. I dig this song. Can I actually go in here? Is this the door? No, let me in, motherfucker. Yeah, lots of cute stuff. I don't know. I have no concept of how much this stuff costs. You have to convert from your currency to the in-game currency for all of this. This is pretty neat, though. But, you know, you can see how this would be appealing. At least I can see how this would be appealing to me as an 18-year-old, where you have the ambiance and, you know, before video game graphics were what they are. And you can meet up with people in a environment that is... creates this space with this this feeling, this mood, this vibe. All right, let's see if there's anywhere else we want to stop off before we end our quick little tour of Second Life. Why won't this do it? Oh, is that broken? Gothic future pop. The Batcave. Hey. Why won't these work? Hang on. I would really like to go to the Batcave. Let's try to search over again. Huh. Well, it seems to be... I can't teleport. Is it just where I am? That doesn't make sense. I'll try and walk back over here, but I don't see why that would make any difference. This actually kind of reminds me of the set design for the new Monsters movie that Rob Zombie did. I mean, nothing has loaded in all the way, but it definitely has that vibe, which is hilarious. Although the Monsters film did have much better lighting. Will you let me? Is the problem with my game? Oh no, now the whole thing's frozen. Boy, wow, it certainly hasn't gotten any less buggy, apparently. Map button doesn't work, this button doesn't do anything. Can I go anywhere? The masturbation spa. That's really disappointed. I'd really like to go. Can I see if I go to places I have been? Visited. I was just here. Okay, so I can teleport. So now if I'm here, can I try this now? Teleport. Hey! That's very odd. Look at this. Wow. Hello, Goth and Second Life. We found it, everybody. Let's landmark this. Holy shit. Landmark? Keep? I don't understand. It's in there somewhere now. Wow, look at that. This is hilarious. This is... Wow. Back to the Batcave. When was... Can I... Welcome to the Batcave Club, a place inspired by the 80s atmosphere, only with music, goth rock, post-punk, death rock, dark wave, new wave, blah, blah, blah. Usually they put in your inventory a note card with some information about yes, I would like to read. Okay, how do my inventory, Batcave, bat, landmark, well, whatever. There we go. No sounds, dances, no begging, no drama, do not use lights. Weapons can be carried but not drawn, no bullying. Okay, well this isn't, I thought this might have information about. Yes. About who made this, or how long it's been here, or any of that kind of stuff. Looks like these might be some of the people. Oh god, I'm stuck on the fucking rope. Next slot is open. What is this? Oh, they've got a schedule up on the wall. Well, that, although it doesn't have anything on there. Ugh. Okay, so I guess those are the members. Well, let's go inside and see what's going on. They've got the coffin Batcave sign up at the top. That's a very nice touch. It would be cooler if you actually walked through a coffin to enter, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Maybe I'll turn up the volume here real quick. A little bit. The Batcave bot. They have a coffin. Well, look at that. There is a... That's very tacky, but you know, whatever. I don't... What do you do at the bar? What are you buying drinks for? Look at that. Goth is not dead in Second Life, I guess. There is a Batcave Club. Someone is actively paying for this. So... You know that there has to be a community for this, like, there has to be some nights where push here to headbang. Oh god, no thank you. There has to be a community of people that show up and dance and hang out and talk, right? Otherwise somebody wouldn't be paying money. Anybody in the shitter? To keep this up. That's what happened to a lot of the clubs that I would go to when I was in Second Life. Unisex bathroom. How very progressive. They just disappeared. Like all of my landmarks from 2008-9 they don't go anywhere, or they go to just like empty plots of land or that kind of thing. So I guess that's it. I don't want this video to be too. Oh, it's been 30 minutes already. Just kind of putzing around. I think there's certainly promise here. Obviously, I think VR chat, if you're not familiar with VR chat, I think that's going to be more, I don't know if I would say more fun. It's going to be a different experience, but there's also a bigger barrier to entry as well because you have to buy a VR headset. I don't know if you have to have a PC to run it as well, or if you can just run it on like a wireless Oculus Quest or something. But like us on Facebook. There you go. That's going to have probably the info for events and stuff. So everyone, welcome to the Batcave. This is Goth in Second Life. Let me know in the comments if you have spent any time in Second Life ever. I assume everyone watching hasn't, but if you have, please let me know like where your hangout spots are or were, and some stories about what your time in Second Life was like. If you developed relationships. I remember spending a lot of time in a place called the Necropolis, just sitting on gravestones, talking with people, talking about life and death and fears and existential worries and culture and you know, just trying to escape the mundanity and the terrible situations that I found myself in that I thought were the end of the world, when in reality things would only get much worse as I got older. But yeah, I think for me, what I feel is this is not for me. You know, I would, if there was a demand for something in my community where people wanted to build something around this, I might give it a shot. For me, this would be more engaging than Discord, where it's just text. I mean, Discord obviously is less time intensive because you don't have to be sitting at a computer, right? But for me, this is because this is visually stimulating, and you can still kind of get up and walk away. I think this would be more enjoyable, but at this point in my life, I think I would get more out of, well, I know I would get more out of like actually hanging out with my friends in person somewhere. But I know I also don't get to hang out with my friends in person all the time, which is why I'll play games with them online sometimes. But, you know, there is no real, well, I guess the virtual goth scene that I know of is on Discord, right? Or Reddit. And so, and for me, those don't really work. Or, you know, social media. And those are fine, but they're not as, I don't know, they don't do it for me as much. They're hard for me to keep up with. They're constantly, things are constantly happening, right? I feel like if I jump in and I haven't been on in a few days, there's a backlog of information and it just feels weird to me. Whereas something like this, if it's a specific event, you can jump on at the event time and it's 2 hours or whatever. Or if it's just a club and, you know, people are generally on a Tuesday night, you know, you can show up and hang out for a couple hours or something. It makes more sense to me. But that's just my thoughts. So there's a look at Second Life and what is on offer for goth stuff. As far as the club scene is concerned, again, there's a lot of other things. If you're into gaming, there's first-person shooter stuff, there's LARPing stuff. You can get involved with all kinds of deviant sexual behaviors and be whatever kind of weird abstract animal creature you would like to be. You always wanted to be in your heart. So that's it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time, stay dark.